It is my second week of my diet, and this morning I am going to have just a basic breakfast of a little bit of minced meat and a couple of eggs. Problem. I have a problem this morning. I've run out of my beans, and the only coffee I'm allowed to have, or the only coffee I'll be having, is the good old Nescafe. This doesn't happen very often in this house. We've always got beans to get some good coffee brewed or fresh Brazilian style through the filter, but not today. So let's get to it and stop complaining. Let me tell you, dieting and eating strict is not really glamorous. So you just got to do what needs to be done. That's really my first meal. The first one's just a snack, only about 100 calories with half a protein bar. So that's not really going to push me over the line, but at least I'm putting something in my stomach, at 5 o'clock, really early. And now, nearly 7:30, and I'm ready for my first proper meal. So here it is. Nothing special, but it gets the job done. Now, I can weigh this to about 100 grams, but I know roughly by now what 100 grams looks like, so there's no need for it. After this, I'll be back in the gym. I'm actually doing a workout at the end of my session, so I've got to get my shakes organised. So one big scoop for Tom. And I'll have another half. Oh, I can't go without this. I don't know about you guys, but ever since I've travelled to America, where I met my wife, she got me hooked on peanut butter. Those Americans, they love the peanut butter, so that's why I just don't have too much of it. My eggs, I've lost track of time. Cool them down a bit. So that's going to be my glorious breakfast. Cover. I'll add eggs to these, and so that's my first meal, my first real meal of the day. So this is what's happening today outside Melbourne. On my way down, but I couldn't stomach another one of those Nescafes this morning, so I got myself a nice takeaway long black. Much better option, much better tasting. The weight again, amigo. I hope you didn't. Otherwise you're in trouble. Last set of 5. We're out of here. session, smash the chest and shoulders, and I'm here back home in the kitchen, and my wife cooking a lovely post-workout meal. And so this is what I'm having for lunch, which is my second meal for the day. It's about 500 calories there. It's just perfect. And I'm on track for my second week of my diet. But just so you don't think that I'm relying on my wife's cooking all the time, I did have a second option in case there was no food. And that was my frozen deep sour chili. And so if I had no food waiting for me, that's the meal that I would have had, and it would have been just fine. They're actually quite good. Put them in for 5 minutes in the microwave and they come out pretty fresh. Alright, so on my way to work, I had to come for a drive and come down here to my local area and get some beans, because I could not go another day without having beans at home. And so there's my Gloria jeans, classic strong 1 kilo, and I am very happy. And another thing I've had today, just to give me a bit of bounce, was little cheat piccolo. I love these. Now I'm happy. I could not stomach another one of those Nescafes. Give you some more light. I could not stomach another one of those instant Nescafes. I'm sure you can understand and you can feel my pain, but now I'm happy and I won't have to do that. And I'm going back to work for a couple of sessions, and so back in the gym, back to see a couple of guys and see how they're going with their diets and their programming. So let's go and pay them a visit. Alright, so I'm back in my engine room. This is where it all happens. This is where I get all my programs designed. This is where I get all my thinking, and everything basically organized comes from this area most of the time. Unless I feel a little bit stale and I need to get out to a cafe, and in that case I'll take my laptop and catch up on a bit of work there. But yeah, just giving you a rundown and behind the scenes of HPT. You've seen me eating and training. So and this is the other area of my business, is where I get my creative cap on, and I make sure that, you know, I'm always adding quality content, quality programming, and whatever else that I might need for my business or for my guys, for my clients, you know. So I guess that's the beauty about training with me. I don't know how any other coach does their or runs their business, but basically I save you time by organizing and doing everything behind the scenes. So by the time my client's ready to walk in through the gym door, everything's organized and everything's ready, and that makes sense, right? That's just value. That's what you'd expect anyway. So if you're a PT or wanted to be get into personal training, you have to understand that, you know, in order to have a good business, you have to, you know, educate yourself and continue to try and better your knowledge. Otherwise, you're just going to get left behind. And so this is my mindset, and, you know, I'm always trying to be better and better myself, so I can provide that value for my clients. I get a lot of people. I mean, you know, everyone you speak to these days is either doing a personal training course, or they have a friend that's a personal trainer that's looking after the programs, and it's just like the market is basically flooded with PTs. A lot of these courses, you have to understand, a lot of these courses are basically designed to make a profit. They don't really care about, you know, what happens to the guys doing a course. So you have to be careful, and guys don't realize that it's actually just the first step. When you do a personal training course, it's just the first step, you know. You don't get taught things like, you know, program design and all that, nutrition. You just get the basics. If you think that just by doing that course that, you know, you're now a qualified coach and you don't need anything else, it's not true at all. It's just the beginning. But I love what I do, and I wouldn't have it any other way. You know, this is I'm always switched on. I'm always looking to improve, and I'm always looking to add value to my business. So that's it. You know, that's basically where I'm at, and I hope that was very helpful with my eating, my food plans, my prepping. No, well, there wasn't really that much prepping, and the other thing that I do is I watch YouTubers as well for inspiration and see what other guys are doing and what's working and how I can relate and how I can put a spin on it and make it mine by adding my way to it, you know. And so it's just ongoing, isn't it? It's about building that reputation for me, and I understand that, you know, you can be the best coach, but if no one knows you exist, you're always going to struggle. So I understand that I need to take my business online and I need to stay active, and I thank you for watching and I thank you for your support. It really means a lot to me, and it just motivates me to keep going and keep making more and putting stuff out there for people to watch, and I hope it's entertaining and educating as well. So thank you for all your help and thank you for your support. We'll be chatting soon as always.